Dear 2017, I'd be lying if I said you were an easy year. In the months before we wed. Those days were a flurry of celebrating love and getting used to sharing life together. I began a year of service working at a high school, something I swore I would never do, and I soon became a counsel, a sister, a confidant to many. I quickly realized what a difference one person could make in those months before you came. And as the leaves turned, I wrapped up my capstone and finished my degree, the nearly year-early accomplishment honestly feeling unreal. Things were sweet. But 2017, you came in a bluster. You started off colder than other years. You left an inconsolable longing in my heart for something I didn't know and couldn't seem to grasp. In your second month, I ended up in the Lion City. Adventure ate away at me. The adrenaline of exploration, framed with the quaint notion of going somewhere new, led to the sandcastles and lights in California only 2 months later. And I wanted to keep on traveling. There was something about the monotonous way I'd ride the bus each day to and from work, come home to cook, eat, and sleep, and do it all over again. The desire to explore and experience everything under the moon with my husband overtook me. I drowned in the ink of faraway lands, sailing through books and tales when looking up tickets and tours and finding flights didn't cut it anymore. I found myself aching to go, wanderlust transforming me into the strange wayfarer, feeling neither this nor that in the familiar roads I walked. I was homesick for places I'd never been, and so we took off. After a hurried spring, I decided belatedly to walk with your class, just to say, Mama, I did it. I tipped my hat off, saying my goodbyes to my students, and turned forward, excitement taking over. We spent that summer in Southeast Asia, starting our journey in Vietnam with family. As we traced ancestral grounds, we celebrated union after union, playing in the rain and making new friends. We flew to Singapore after that, returning for the second time to the Lion City. Our days floated away in the pool, and we soon found ourselves in Malaysia, soaring above the trees and diving into the mangrove. Adventure couldn't even begin to cover our time in Langkawi. But adventure gave way to history, and I'm not the same, having seen the moonshine and the sunrise on the other side of the world. Jogjakarta dripped with lore and tale, its structures unearthed and stories untold, its people forgotten. I was in wonder when we'd spent the next week in urban KL. Apart from our time visiting masjids, I'd never have expected to develop an affinity for shopping. And when we missed our flight to Phuket, we spent the next 2 days there shopping yet again. When we missed our second flight to Vietnam, we slept in the airport, sparing our time in our wallets. The lesson was learned, and I was blissfully ignorant of what would come next. Our last week in Vietnam remains, in my mind, marred by an earth-shattering declaration. The following 4 months eased my worries. As we stumbled through each day, I learned to trust in what's written, to allow myself to feel through change and what would inevitably lead to loss of a mother. With hardship came ease. 2017, you were anything but easy, especially as of late. But I thank God for what I gained in your time, for all of the memories. In your time, I split smiles so wide my cheeks ached, but grieved so deeply I couldn't breathe. And I've grown so much because of that.